was never, that was, oh yeah, they were a good Christian band. It was just like, those guys kicked ass. You know what I mean? That's just the truth.
Living Sacrifice music for me is soothing to my metal soul, but I also know that it brings the brutality and it brings just the viciousness of quality.
Again, it comes down to that heavy tribal kind of rhythm, syncopation and whatnot. Just heavy, man.
They're absolutely the ultimate definition of what that stuff is. It is spirit-driven. It is brutal as hell.
The music was incredible. The music was something like this shouldn't even be coming out of Little Rock. They weren't throwing Bibles or crosses out. They were rocking out.
So much of my life revolved around Christian metal, and really it's traced back to Living Sacrifice.
The first time I ever heard Living Sacrifice was actually a CD that I stole from a Christian record store.
I didn't know that they were a Christian band then. As a matter of fact, when I saw the cover, my first thought was, these are like some hardcore guys. Living Sacrifice, are they sacrificing a goat on stage? You know, what's going on here? I didn't know.
A lot of these bands try to stand behind their own beliefs, but they're in a sea of all this metal. And I know Living Sacrifice, they had to deal with that. They had to be out there by themselves, and they didn't have this camaraderie of a bunch of other bands that got respect.
I couldn't believe a band was doing that kind of stuff around, because it sounded like what we listened to. When I found out those dudes were Christians, I was like, what?
If there's one way to, really turn some people off, it's to just, scream about Jesus.
They were forging a new path, for heavy music. I think they were trendsetters in a huge way.
Just sends us to another level. New fans, new groups, even though we had all the old ones with us, this really brought in a new hardcore type of hardcore fan.
Our music was intense and it was high throttled, and there's times where I worried about people getting injured, because it got rowdy.
Because we were just writing and we weren't trying to please anybody. We were just trying to incorporate everything that we grew up with and just put it in there.
Just the different ideas that kind of came out of this all. That was a really interesting time of writing for us.
It wasn't like, hey, we had a band, we did a couple of demos, an album, whatever, and then that's it. No, these guys kept going. I wanted them to keep going. The fact that they did keep going just made me so proud.